Welcome to Matt's Data Bath.
Okay, I can get behind that.
I don't know that we're workshopping the name. So
I like bearded George in a bathtub.
to our to our listeners, or please come at us with names because we could use a good name for this segment.
Come at us with listening.
All right, here's where I'm going to start. It's Halloween, and there's nothing more frightening to an executive of a FAANG company, that is Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Google, Netflix, and Microsoft, than a recent report from Yahoo Finance in which they showed employee campaign donations from employees of these companies.
Now,
the amazing part about this,
for those of you streaming us,
those of you streaming us, you can see us live. You can see what Yahoo Finance did, which was brilliant. But for those of you not, the majority of campaign donations have actually been coming that have been coming from FAANG employees, have been going to Sanders and Warren, the Democratic nominees, and this includes Trump in here, and then the other basket.
Yeah.
These are the two candidates who are espousing breaking up big tech effectively. So tech employees are siding with breaking up their own companies. It would seem to be, at least in some way. But we've been talking about this together for a while, about employee sort of stock ownership and voting rights and all that kind of stuff. So I went through these companies, the FAANG plus Microsoft, FAANG plus M. Mafang.
No, it's FAMGA. Because
I'm not on board with FAMGA.
After you're done pontificating, I want to get back to that graphic because it proves something that I've been saying for months. But keep going.
So I went and I basically pulled a bunch of data on the total share. These companies offer their employees share plans. Usually stock that vests over time, performance shares, and they pay part of their employees in shares. And I pulled what percentage in 2019 of the outstanding shares were share plan shares. And it's not a small amount. Like, this is Amazon, 6% of the total outstanding shares of Amazon are actually owned as part of employee share ownership plans. That's a lot.
And this excludes executives like Bezos?
This is non-executive share.
Non-executive, got it.
Share units.
Right.
When I add in the executives, this is what it ends up looking like. And I should say looking like because I'm showing a chart here. But if you're listening,
well, look, yeah. But I think take a moment too to plug the fact that we do stream live every day on video on YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah, expense your lunch and join us.
Yeah.
When you do think about the CEO shares owned, Amazon just stands out. Bezos owns almost 16% of all Amazon shares.
Okay.
But Amazon also stands out because they don't have, that's all he owns, right? Like, so what you'll find is that, Facebook, Zuckerberg owns less than 2% of the shares. But he owns 57% of the voting power.
Oh,
right?
I didn't realize that. Okay.
So he owns really kind of a small amount of shares relative to what those shares are, the common shares, relative to what his voting power is. So Bezos, it's just
devilish.
It's great. So the last step that I went through here was to actually identify the companies who the employees own more than the CEO.
Okay.
And they can vote, and it matters, right? That's Apple, Microsoft, and Netflix. So there's 3 companies of the FAANG 6, the FAMGA, Mafang 6, where the vote matters, and the employees own more shares than the CEO. So imagine the situation.
I'm imagining
You're an employee at one of Apple, Microsoft, or Netflix. You really don't like what they're doing. What can you do? You can outvote your CEO, okay? You can outvote your CEO. So I wanted to make some suggestions for Halloween.
Okay.
Who are the scary directors on these boards?
Do it.
May I suggest first, if you are a Netflix employee, Jay Hogue.
Okay.
61 years old, 20 years on the board. 20 years on Netflix board. Did you even know Netflix existed for 20 years?
No. It's enough, Jay. It's enough already.
Enough. It's time to go.
Is this why I'm stuck with Friends?
Yes, he's on 3 other boards. It's just, for Jay, it's nothing personal. It's just time, okay?
There might be a vacancy at Boeing, Jay.
It's mostly scary how long you've been on the board. That's my Halloween twist.
Yeah.
If you happen to be on the board, or if you happen to be an employee of Microsoft, may I suggest Helmut Panke?
Ooh.
72 years old, 15 years on the board. So he's been there quite a long time too.
Right. This guy looks devilish.
But other than looking like he might be the crypt keeper, no offense, Helmut. That's not.
Hey.
That's
it's a job.
It's a thing. Okay.
Yeah.
He's a BMW alum, but he's currently sitting on the board also of Bayer, who I don't know if you've heard anything about Bayer, except that they may get run out of business by Roundup causing cancer. So, a thing that maybe he should pay attention to. Prior to that, Helmut had the distinguished honor of sitting on the UBS board as UBS helped destroy the financial system in 2008. So
that's lovely. Okay.
So, Helmut, may we suggest to Microsoft employees, Helmut, might be time to, exercise that vote.
Yeah.
Last,
Helmut, you've had your run, Helmut.
You had it. You ran. You're done.
Yeah.
Last, but definitely not least, if you're an Apple employee, may we suggest
ready for it? Yeah.
Ron Sugar.
Ooh.
Not a fake name.
Yeah.
Ron Sugar.
Yeah.
70 years old.
One of those names is very sexy.
70 years old, 8 years on the board. So he hasn't been there as long as the others. But Ron is on 4 other boards.
Yeah.
Beyond Apple.
He's a busy man.
Have you ever tried to run 5 companies simultaneously?
I'm gonna think on that one for a few minutes. I'll get back to you on that.
The answer is it sucks. Don't do it. Ron Sugar.
Yeah.
The other boards, 2 of the other boards he also is on is Northrop Grumman, the defense manufacturing company, right? And Chevron. So Chevron probably next in line after Exxon for lawsuits for destroying the environment, right? Ron Sugar.
Yeah, say so.
Apple employees, if you need an idea of who you want to outvote your CEO on, it might be time that Ron Sugar goes.
Johnny Sugar, yeah.
That's my data bath